Yeah, I should have read the manual. This has to come apart. This linkage, from what I can tell. Hey there, welcome back. Update on this project here. Waiting for parts. Everything's apart, cleaned up, ready to go back together. I did find a bent shaft on here. That was bent. Doesn't look the best either. I'm waiting for that to show up, and then some gaskets and seals. So that's where we're at with this. Did get the impeller cleaned up. I cleaned up pretty good. I did put it in the turning lathe, took a few thousandths off of it, and then cleaned it up with a stone. I think we're in a good position on that stuff. So as we're waiting for parts, let's pull this off and see what we can find. We'll get you set up and we'll tear into it. All right, well, here's the breakdown. We've never dug into one of these, so we will see what we got going on. All right, so that's the first split. So I can use a little cleaning up. Not too bad. All right, first thing I'll do is pull this apart. I'll pull the safety wire off. I did put some marks on here to match mark everything. A little bit of spring pressure, but not too bad. Like it's manageable. Little bitty guy. So that's the inside of that. Not much there. Just going to clean everything up and we'll probably put it back together, readjust it, and get that done. I'm not really going to dig into it any farther. So the next thing we'll do is see how much more I can take apart in here. All right, set up kind of awkward right now, draining the oil out. It's just a slow drip, so as we're waiting for that, we'll pull this spring off in the clutch so we can pull the bearing out. So and the spring is removed on the back side. And now we'll dig in here and see if we can get this. Go. go. There's the pin. I think it's done draining here. A few drips here and there. So now this should come out of here, it says. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Here we go. Throw bearing. Here's the spring. I popped it off on the back side. Looks like it's been tweaked once before. There's indications farther back in here that it's been apart before. If I turn it around, you won't be able to see, but there's some nails holding things together. So we should be able to set this up on the nose on this and pump the gearbox up. There is another one in there. Yeah, I should have read the manual. This has to come apart. This linkage, from what I can tell. Not sure how I'm going to get to it yet. That's what I was referring to as a nail in there. Alright, so there's one more bolt that's in here. That's what I was shooting for, right in there. Get that out and I think it'll come apart. I hope it does. And just like that. So that's what that looks like. Yeah, you can see there's a seal that was, looks like they used a club to put it in. Look at all the marks. Here's the drive on this side. There should be your clutch brake. It looks like that's in good shape. Let's pull that out while we're here. See what that looks like. Don't look too bad. It's all salvageable. And the pin in here, I don't know if I'm going to take it apart yet. We'll see where we end up. That's that. That's the end. It looks good. Oh, look at that. I can pull it all together, huh? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Here we go. Look at that. Here's the input shaft, and that goes into the clutch. That's everything inside there. We got it all apart. Wasn't too bad to dig into. I will get things cleaned up. There again, order more parts. I think I'll have to go find a couple seals. Let's see what we can do there. Other than that, I think we're good. Hopefully I don't find anything when we are cleaning it up. So that's where we're at. Thanks for joining. Have a good day. All right, let's just do a quick bulletin review. This one's going to be from June of 1957. I have it pulled out of the book already just to make it easier to show it or display it. But it's Bulletin 254. And it talks about adding some supports to a rake on the first page. Second page just talks about oil filter installation difficulties that they were having. And then also talked about on the next one here, should you advance the engine timing. Interesting stuff in here. Then the next page is installing oil line to the center main bearing on a 70. And the last page for Bulletin 254, which talks about all this stuff here. All interesting stuff. If you like seeing this, hit the like button or leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.